Let's Science is brought to you by the StarQuest Production Network and is made possible by our many generous patrons. If you'd like to support the podcast, please visit sqpn.com/give.
3, 2, 1.
We live in a universe of scientific wonders.
Every day, scientists are inching towards breakthroughs which can change our lives.
We're playing our small part in sharing these wonders with you.
That's why today is a fine day for science.
So let's science.
All right, Caroline. As always, I'm always excited by the things that you come up with. What is going on? What is this toxic fungus from King Tutankhamun that yields cancer-fighting compounds? Let's go.
Cool.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, you guys know me. I love ancient history. Of course, that's going to be also ancient Egypt. And when I saw this topic, I thought, I got to talk about it. Okay.
Cool.
Because it encompasses the ancient with the modern, and it's just amazing. So,
Perfect.
Today we're going to look at how a fungus, which was behind a curse that came about from an amazing archaeological discovery, has become more of a scientific blessing in disguise. So, little bit of a background. In 1922, in the Valley of the Kings, Howard Carter, an archaeologist, found the tomb of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was not an especially famous pharaoh in his time. He only reigned for about 10 years and was a child for most of that time. He didn't do too much significant in his reign compared to the previous pharaoh, who was probably his father, Akhenaten, who turned ancient Egypt upside down with his demoting of the god Amun and instating the Aten, who was the main god of the Egyptians, and made everybody worship him instead of Amun. That
Okay.
talk about upheaval
Wow.
and politics.
Yeah.
That really shook the Egyptian world at that time. He put all the priests out of business and said, "You're worshipping the Aten through me." Anyway, I could go on about that, but we've got to
There's a lot into that one. Yeah.
So Tutankhamun's tomb was amazing because it was beautifully preserved and mostly intact apart from some signs of attempted ancient robbery. The tomb was filled to the brim with artifacts, items Tutankhamun used in his everyday life, such as furniture, clothing, statues, and even game boards. And there were some family heirlooms they found in there too, which is cool. And as amazing as this was, something unfortunate began to happen after the tomb was first opened. Several members involved with the opening of the tomb began to die, including the expedition's financier, Lord Carnarvon. The rumour of a curse spread through the globe and was believed to be the reason for many of these people's deaths. But what if the truth was more scientific? What if the real curse was a microscopic killer?
You're ruining it, Caroline. You're ruining it.
And what if that very same killer is now being transformed into a potential weapon against one of the world's most devastating diseases? So for a long time, the scientific community believed that this curse was the result of toxic microbes. After being sealed for over 3,000 years, the tomb was a perfect breeding ground for dormant bacteria and fungi. One of the prime suspects was a fungus called Aspergillus flavus. This fungus, whose spores are highly toxic, could have easily been inhaled by the archaeologists, causing several severe respiratory infections that were likely fatal.
Yeah.
So this fungus is found in soil, also decaying vegetation, and in stored grains. It is also known to survive harsh environments such as the ancient tombs, and it can also lie dormant for thousands of years. So if disturbed, the fungus is known to cause respiratory infections, which could explain this curse of Tutankhamun. A similar incident happened when scientists entered the tomb of Casimir IV in Poland in the 1970s, and several of those people unfortunately died. Aspergillus flavus was found to be present in that tomb as well. And today, if you have watched the opening of ancient tombs on documentaries and YouTube videos like I have, you'll observe that the archaeologists, well, on the most part, don't rush straight in after a tomb has been opened. They'll let it air out. Yeah. Just in case the microbes have grown in the cavity and are concentrated in the space. So they just let them all get out of it. Give it a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how hard would it be to wait? Like you just want to get in
I know.
there, right?
You spend all that time digging and you go,
I know.
I have to wait now.
You just want to know what you found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is boring.
Safety first.
Yeah. But if you don't want to die.
Exactly. Makes sense.
I wonder if someone said, I'll take the microbes, let me in there.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
So for all this time, the fungus and its spores were thought of as an archaeologist killer. A team of researchers at the University of Pennsylvania, led by Dr. Peter Jones, decided to look closer at
Dr.
this
Jones,
fungus.
sorry. Dr. Jones.
Lino,
Dr.
you
Jones.
said it. I was thinking that. Thank you. I was going to be quiet, but you said it. Thank you. Yep, Dr.
It's in
Jones.
my head now.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Done.
because if you're going to look at something like this, you have to be named that. Yeah, thank you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Dr. Jones and his team wondered, could this ancient deadly microbe hold a secret? They collected samples from the tomb and began to cultivate the fungus in their lab. They were looking for something special, not for the toxins that made people ill, but for other undiscovered compounds. And they actually found what they were looking for. They discovered a new class of molecules within the fungus that showed powerful effects against leukemia cells in the laboratory. They named these new compounds Aspergillus. The molecules belong to a rare family of compounds called RIPPS, or an acronym for ribosomally synthesized and post-translationally modified peptides. So they are produced in the cell's ribosomes. So the ribosome's a little organelle in your cell. And it's where proteins are made inside the cells, and they are altered chemically, which determines their functions. So these RIPPS are usually found in bacteria, but also have been found in fungi. So the team then set out to understand how these molecules worked. At the cellular level, cancer is all about uncontrolled growth. So cancer cells multiply relentlessly, and to do that, they undergo mitosis, and mitosis is just the process of cell division. So they just really go for it. So during this process, cells used tiny rod-like structures called microtubules to pull their chromosomes apart. And you can think of microtubules as the scaffolding or railway tracks inside a cell. They build up, they perform a task, and then they break down again. So this is the process that these potential cancer drugs will target. The researchers found that aspergillus work by disrupting the formation of the microtubules. This stops the cancer cells from being able to divide and prevents them from multiplying and spreading. It's a real precision attack. So during the testing, it was found that these aspergillus were able to stop the growth of certain types of cancer. How amazing is that? Like, this fungus that used to kill people now has this drug within it that can actually potentially cure cancer in people. So,
and this isn't the first time. There are a few different kind of like fungi and I think microbes and so on, whatever, that they found where they think there might be cures for some diseases, like molecules they produce and things like that, aren't there?
Exactly. So, well, the most famous example is penicillin from the penicillium fungus. And so that was an accidental find, but now it's used in antibiotics all over the world. And that's why people are researchers have been looking into nature for these kind of drugs for a long time now. And this is just another example of how something just thought to be dangerous can actually be helpful. So,
that is amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh. Yeah. There you go.
It's fungi. So it's to kill and also find a cure. I'm sorry, I feel so blessed knowing that, in a sense. Like, it's been sitting there for how many years? 3,000 years.
Yeah, I mean,
that?
exactly.
Yeah. The part that frustrates me is how long it takes for them to get from discovery to cure. But that's not anyone's fault. That's the process you have to go through to perfect research.
I mean, the fact that you find it at all is amazing to me.
It is. Exactly.
And then being able to find out, wow, what this could potentially be a drug that cures disease of all sorts and just benefits humankind and improves the health of people. It's just amazing that they can do it at all. So, of course, it takes a while, but when it's there, it really does make a huge difference.
That's it. Exactly right. Yeah.
First steps. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Great discovery. And Caroline, you need an excuse to combine your ancient love of Egypt as well as to a modern scientific example. So well played today. That must have been, you must have been on cloud nine when you found that topic.
Yes. And recently the Grand Egyptian Museum has opened in Egypt as well. And they're displaying all of Tutankhamun's items that have been found in his tomb. There's over 3,000 artifacts, apparently, something like that.
Wow.
So if I'm getting that number right, there's thousands and thousands of things that they've found in his tomb. So my dream is to one day go there and go and
bucket list.
Spend a long time, not just in his area, but all areas of the Grand Egyptian Museum. I would love to go there. So,
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, imagine finding the games as he used to play back in Egypt. Board games.
Chess? Just Monopoly. It's just Monopoly. No, Monopoly.
Oh!
Egyptian Monopoly,
Egyptian Monopoly?
They did find they did find board games in his tomb as well that were like family heirlooms as well. So there you go.
Really cool.
Speaking about board games. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yep. Do not pass go. Go directly to Egyptian prison. That's it. Done.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So, hey, look, I bought the Sphinx. Yeah. Or no, I guess they wouldn't be fighting over who gets to use the car as their little piece as well to go around the board. It'd be a chariot or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
be a chariot. Definitely. Definitely.
Top hat? No, it will be the Egyptian.
Their crowns.
Something like that.
For the top hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd have to have a few crowns. You'd have to have the combined Upper and Lower Egypt crown, then the Upper Egypt crown and the Lower Egypt crown. Yeah, there's a few.
See what you started.
Yeah, there's also Nefertiti had a beautiful crown of her own as well, a specific crown, if you know the bust of Nefertiti.
Cool. Monopoly's listening. Oh, wow.
I'm going to contact the Monopoly man and suggest this new edition.
Caroline,
Egyptian edition.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Wow, yeah. But
so good.
You know what?
Fungi. Oh, I can't remember. Wow.
I'm thinking
about it.
It probably already exists. There's probably an ancient Egypt Monopoly already. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's a monopoly for everything, isn't there?
For everything, there probably is one.
Yeah.
I'm not Googling now. I'll Google later.
Yeah, we could have been rich, but anyway.
Let's Science is brought to you by StarQuest Media and is a fortnightly podcast that brings you the scientific wonders of our universe from a distinctly Catholic point of view. For more from Caroline, Lindsay, and friends, listen to the StarQuest show, Catholics of Oz. Find links from today's show at sqpn.com/science and find the Catholics of Oz at sqpn.com/Oz. Be sure to follow the show in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you can find podcasts, or on the SQPN YouTube channel. The generous donations of our patrons at sqpn.com/give make it possible for us to continue Let's Science and all the shows at StarQuest, which makes our nonprofit mission possible. You can join them by visiting sqpn.com/give. Join us next time for more scientific wonders, and thank you for listening to Let's Science on StarQuest. Here's another show on the StarQuest network you're sure to enjoy, Jimmy Akin's Mysterious World. Find the show wherever fine podcasts are found or at sqpn.com/mysterious.